You may remember that I did a video back in August about the super speed training sticks. I was able to get up to around 110 miles an hour of club head speed, and that was generally giving me around 159 miles an hour of ball speed, which was somewhere around the range of 260 to 265 yards of carry on my drives. But someone recently asked, where is my speed training at now that I've gone into phase 2, and then obviously I'll be moving into phase 3 as well. So we're going to talk about super speed training sticks, phase 2, what speed I've achieved, where I'm at currently with my speed training, and how it has improved or impacted my golf game. Let's do it right now. Thank you very much for tuning into my YouTube channel. My name is Kenny. Some of you may know me as Kennie Kat. I am a competitive golfer, and my goal is to help you improve your golf faster by learning from some of my successes and also some of my failures. If you do happen to want to know what training age, what practice guides, and what things I'm doing that could potentially help you improve your game quicker, hit that subscribe button below. I release free content every single week. All right, let's jump right into it. So, I'll probably throw in a video, but I'm sure many of you have seen these. There's super speed swing training sticks. There's 3 of these. They have different weights. You basically swing them as hard as you possibly can over a period of time, and this builds up the neural link muscles in your brain to help you unlock speeds in your body. And if you haven't seen my review of the super speed training sticks, please check it out. I'll put it in the description above and also below. So, someone recently hopped in and asked, how have I gotten on with my speed training? So I figured I would go ahead and jump into phase 2. Now, quickly doing a recap of what phase 2 training looks like. It's basically you do 3 swings with each of the 3 different sets: green, blue, red, just normal full out speed swings. Then you move over to feet together, or you can do this kneeling. This is basically designed to isolate your hand speed or just basically getting that wrist angle speed motion. Then you move into the full step back and step through swing. This again is designed to teach you how to load that leg and get those hips firing through so you can generate as much rotational speed as possible, transferring that down into the club head. And then you finish the final drill off always with the green stick, which is the lightest stick, and you swing that as fast as humanly possible. Bear with me, I've got my handy dandy notebook with all of my notes in here about the different speeds. So I'm actually just gonna read from this because it has been quite some time and I haven't really been tracking it as diligently as I should, but I do write my notes down so I'll be able to reference them here. Phase 1 lasted for, I believe, about 2 or 3 months. Each phase is about 2 or 3 months. And at the end of phase 1, I was maxing out with the driver club head speed of 110, 112 miles an hour, and I was getting about 156 miles an hour of ball head speed, which would give me somewhere around a 260-ish carry. So according to my notebook here, about 3 weeks into phase 2 training, I saw another massive jump. I went to a top speed of 115 miles an hour in week 3. Then I got up to 117 miles an hour in the end of week 3. And then as I moved on through the remainder of the month, I was maxing out at 119 miles an hour of club head speed with the driver. I think this was giving me somewhere around 169, 170 miles an hour of ball speed. So we're talking about 290, almost some odd yards of carry. And that's not all. But before we get to where I've finished and where I've gotten my recent speeds to, I actually want to throw in a quick caveat here, because I did start training with THP, which are the people that train John Rahm. So I have been working with like very good professionals that work exclusively with professional athletes and help them to improve their body's performance. It is likely that the training that I've been doing with THP is probably the biggest driver in some of these jumps that we're going to talk about. So I don't really have any way to separate out that data because I started working with them in December, and that was right around the time that I started doing my phase 2 training. So that jump of 110 miles an hour of club head to upwards of 119, like that 10 miles an hour came from literally just getting my body more mobile, increasing my flexibility, and also being able to just increase my general strength. If you haven't seen my video about THP, I'm going to put it again, another link in the description above, talking about some of the things that I'm doing with them, and we'll probably follow up on that golf-specific training that I've been doing in a different video at a later time, because there is some good stuff in there that I do want to talk about. Okay, so where I'm maxing out today with my driver is 127 miles an hour. That is as fast as I've been able to swing my driver on the range with my launch monitors and picking up that data. So how accurate they are, I'm just gonna say probably somewhere around 125 miles an hour, which is ridiculous, and I far exceeded the goal that I thought I was ever going to reach in a short period of time. So when it comes to speed training, if you're willing to put in the work in the gym, if you're willing to put in the work with the training, like, it's linear. You will continually gain and increase your speed. So with that being said, there are some serious drawbacks to developing this amount of speed. Although I can physically swing the club and safely, because my body is strong enough to handle the slowing those speeds at 125 plus miles an hour, I don't game that on the course. I am not skilled enough as a ball striker. I am not skilled enough with my face control in order to deliver a club effectively at those speeds to keep the ball on the planet. My actual gaming speed on the course is somewhere around 116 to 117 miles an hour. I can easily keep the ball in play with, 270 to 280-ish yards of carry. But once we start getting into like the high-end 120s, like, you just have to be really good with your face control, because 1 degree off and that ball is just off the planet. Question time. I'd love to hear from some of you below. I know a lot of you are doing winter golf right now. Are you swing speed training? Have you used swing speed sticks? Where did you start? Where are you currently at right now? And where do you expect to go? Let me know in those comment sections below. Love to hear from you. Where does that leave me as far as speed training? I am going to continue to speed train, because the goal is to be able to get my usable game speeds on the course around 125 miles an hour. Do I think that going upwards to my top end of 130 will help me find more comfort in the 120s, 125 area? Probably, but I think it really comes down to, now is the time where I have to focus on harnessing and being able to control this power. I am going to continually work at maintaining the speed. So I will be doing speed training every so often in addition to my workouts. I won't be doing 3 a week, probably be doing 1 to 2 a week, and just throwing them in there so I can maintain and keep the club head speed that I have now. But the big focus is, I've learned how to hit it as hard as I possibly can. My body is strong enough to handle it. Now I have to really work on finding a way to keep the ball in play and be able to control that speed on the course. But all in all, I think it's been a very fun experience. It's been some of the most enjoyable fun to work out, increase speed, and just like see a drive go, 300, hit 300 plus yard drives. Like, it is fun. Like, I'll give you that. Like, if you can keep it in play, hitting 300 yard drives is pretty fun. But when it gets away from you, it is definitely not fun.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Wrapping this video up, some of my top tips for swing speed training sticks. That is a mouthful. Number 1, if you have to play competitive rounds, I would strongly encourage you to wait into the off season. You're just going to see so many gains as far as your club head speed, and it's going to throw in all kinds of wacky numbers and face control that you're better off doing this in a 2 to 3 month period. In an off season, you can add that speed very quickly, and it won't have that much disruption to your game. I feel like you can come back from the off season with the increased club head speed and just kind of dial it in and figure out, how to hit target with the new increased speed that you have. Second thing is, make sure that your body is physically fit to handle the additional stress that you're putting on it. Like, I cannot stress that. I don't think anybody would be smart to aggressively swing speed train if you're not doing some kind of flexibility or workout routine, because it is very stressful on your body. Like, you're going to be putting a lot of speed and a lot of stress on joints and your back and your wrists. And I've been to a physio several times as a result of aches that I've had in my wrists, as of aches that I've had in my knee, as of issues that I've had, just general wear and tear from, swinging a stick at 125 miles an hour. And then my third and final tip would be definitely make sure you have a speed monitor. Like, I cannot tell you how helpful that is to be able to track your progress and understand where your body is on a given day. You don't always swing it as fast as you want to. Some days you come in and you're a few miles an hour faster. Some days you come in and you're a few miles an hour slower. Like, everything isn't always going to be at the top, and it's not going to continually go up and up and up. But if you have a swing speed monitor, you're going to be able to notice that a lot faster and be able to adapt on the fly and make your training as productive as possible. That's really all I got for you down that lens. As always, thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel. Deuces, people. Let's keep it moving.